Hi guys, Omar here. And as you may remember, in our last video we have covered some variables, and in this lesson, or should I say tutorial, I'm gonna give you some operations, mathematical operations. Hold on, yes, I mentioned math, but you do not need to be any psychomath to do stuff like this. I mentioned it before, you do not need some math to do game development. You will need math if you want to be 3D designer, graphic designer, driver, something like that. I do not know really because I never had experience with that, but I just know that you need math because 3D math is kind of hard. So, as I was saying, I'm going to show you some math here in our C# language that is pretty simple. You will see. Just delete these and we will start typing in our start. You see start all the time. You see it in our Ninja script. So we have here start, we have it in our spawner, in our not camera following org. Yeah, we have it in our org. So what is actually start? So when I run our game, so when I press play on our game, something that will be started first, should I say, initialized first, will be start function. It's first an awake, but I have not talked about it yet, function awake, so I'm gonna say start. So start will be initialized whenever we run our game, and whatever our script is attached to, then it will start. So here I'm gonna say int a, which is equal to, let's say, 5, and let's say int b, which is equal to 4. And just put semicolon at the end. And now to do some operations, we're gonna do int sum equals to a plus b, and then put semicolon on it. So we can use a plus b, a minus b, a multiplied by b, or divided by b. It's up to you, you can use anything you like, but first we're going to use our plus. Now we have two ways of displaying that in our console. That is saying debug.log, and we have our print, and we can use whatever we like more. For the sake of the video, I'm going to use print, and in our print just type here sum. And now you will see one little problem because I forgot to do that. Now we're going to start our game, and you will see nothing in our console. Why? Because we do not attach our test script on anything. So before I continue, if you do not have console here, just go to window and then go to the last option, or just press Ctrl plus Shift and plus C, or if you're on a Mac, Ctrl plus Shift plus C. I think it's something like that. I'm not so sure. I'm just gonna create a scene, new scene. So just go to File, New Scene, and I'm gonna save this scene as our test scene. Then I'm going to create an empty game object. You can do that by right clicking on our hierarchy, then create empty, or you can go to component, not component, where is it? I'll go into game object and then go and create an empty game object. I'm just going to call it this tester. So tester, I cannot even spell it. And here we're going to add component that will be our test script. And now when I run our game, you will see in our console typed out a plus b, which is 9. Simple. Now we can even put minus to it. You're going to say 1. I'm just showing you examples. See 9. What? I did not save our script. Yeah, that's why. So remember, when you have, I'm gonna just change something. Don't mind that, please. I do not know what was that? So as I was saying, whenever you put something in our script, you're gonna see here a multiply sign, or should I say star, and that means our script is not saved. So whenever you're changing something, make sure you press down Ctrl+C or go to File and then save it. Just save it. And when you're done with that, we can start, and now you're gonna see 1, not 9, because we actually saved our script. Now I'm just gonna show you for multiple real quick, and that will be for 20, yeah, 20, and last but not least will be divide, but you'll see one little problem. Let's go again here and click play. It will say 1 because here we're having integers, and integer does not show any kind of decimal number. And if we wanted to see the real number for it, we have to type in float, and float here, and last but not least, float. But we need to add an F on here. And now when I start our game, you're gonna see 1 dot something 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 something. 1.25, as you can see. Now when we want to combine a string and sum, or should I say float or integer, we're going to do that by putting quotation marks. I'm gonna say sum of these numbers, so these numbers is, and then you leave a space here. I'm gonna show you real quick why we put space. Then we have to put plus sum, so it can be converted in a string. Now when I start our game and I did not put our space, you're gonna see, and again I did not save my script, and you're gonna see one little problem, and that is our 1.25 will be attached on is, as you can see. That is why we have to put here a space after we have done our sentence, and then when I start our game, you're gonna see a perfectly fine line that is sum of these number is 1.25. Now if I wanted to put an integer, so let's say int I and int b, oh no, my bad, float a and float b into an integer, that would not be possible. And you're gonna see why. Cannot convert float to an integer. Are you missing a cast? What does that mean? Well, when we want to sum up or multiply, do whatever we want with our numbers, and we want to put float into our integer, we need to cast it. How are we going to do that? We'll open up our bracket, type here an integer, and then close it. Same do for b, so integer, and then close it. And as you can see right now, we have no problems. And if I were to run the game and try this, that will actually work. It will say sum is 9. Sum of this number is 9. So whenever you want to cast a number that is not working, just open up a bracket, put integer or anything you need to cast on to anything you have to cast on it. You got my point. Now if you want to put a float sum for an integer, that will actually work, because our float can be used as, I'm just going to delete this f. Our float can be used as an integer too, because it can be a decimal number or it can be a whole number. Well, I'm going to show you that real quick. As you can see, sum of this number is 9. We have no problem. So as you can see, this is the kind of math you need for a programming language. And as I was saying, you can put here anything you want. You can even multiply. You can put the brackets on, let's say 2 plus 5, then multiply by 10 minus 9, multiply that in another bracket, which will be 25 divided by 5, and this all can be done. And this everything will be done as, how should I say, I'm gonna put in so what I have here, it's showing some number. Yeah, I forgot to add one more bracket. So when you have a problem, just click on it and it's going to directly put up a line over it so you know where the problem is coming from. As I was saying, you can put anything here you want and it actually will work. So I'll put like that so it looks kind of better. So I put here a plus b, then multiply something in bracket, multiply by something in bracket, and that multiplied by something. And all this is going to be done in math order. So first it's going to be this one, then we will wait till this is counted. So first will be this 25 divided by 5, then it will be 10 minus 9 multiplied by what's the number of it, then it will do the whole thing here, and then we will do last operation. It works something like that, but I know the rules that first we do something in bracket, then we multiply divided, and then we will multiply divided, then we will, how is it called, plus it or minus it, I do not know how should I say that, subtract or sum it. So now if I were to start our game, you'll see that will actually work. Come on, I'm just waiting till Unity compiles that, clear it up, and now when I run our game, we're gonna see the result of something that we type. So sum of this number is minus 975. Kind of big number though. So as you can see, this is the kind of math we need in programming. As you can see, it's pretty simple, pretty awesome if you ask me. And guys, I forgot to mention, before I go, you can put even double here. You do not have to put float, so you can put even double. That will actually work too. So whenever I put floats in something, you can use even double for it. So keep that in mind, so I do not have to repeat it and over again, because it's pretty simple. As I was saying, that will be for the math of this course, for this lesson. And until next time, I'm out.